Hello, hello, it's June Olson with Junebug Creations, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you live from Whitefish, Montana, where we've been having some pretty hot weather. Hair is up. It's been hot. So I am here today because I want to show you some ideas with DSP as your card base. I've done some in the past, and I might just do another one at another time to show all the different ones, because one was like last year or the year before, one was just a month or so ago, and now this one. So I might just bring them all together into a different live at another time so you could see the different ones versus having to hunt them all down, because I know if I were in that position, I'd be like, oh, I'm not going to take the time to hunt them all down. But if I show you a bunch all at once, that would be great. Today, I'm going to show you one style that you can do either portrait or landscape. So I want to show you that. And then I want to talk to you a little bit about Card Club for August. So I'm going to use some of the products that we'll be using for Card Club. Just in case I have some spots open, I would love to have you join us for August. Card Club is once a month, either locally here in the studio or virtually on Zoom. On Saturday, it's on Zoom. On Friday evening, it's here locally, and then I have a Monday morning one that I do as well, or I can do a Friday morning one. So I have some openings. If you're interested, let me know. Make sure to either comment below or message me directly, however you want. Registration for the Card Club will close on the wrong calendar. It's still got July up, but we'll close next week because I have to be able to order anything extra that I need for that. And it is a subscription. So if you're on Zoom, it's a PayPal subscription, and then it automatically will subtract the money from your account, and I automatically send you the information and send you the packet each month in time for Card Club. If you are local, I just ask that you pay 3 months up front. That way I don't have to chase you down every month. All right, and then you can pause it or cancel it at any time. It's completely up to you. When you've been with me for 6 consecutive months, then at this point in time, my swag bag is for you to choose $25 of product for your choice, but I am working on that. I might go back to doing a surprise gift for those that stick with me for 6 consecutive months. So if this sounds like something that interests you, please make sure to comment or message me directly, and you'll see some of the products we're going to use this month. It's going to be super fun, super fresh, and cute. All right, so the other thing, I wanted to apologize for Tuesday. I had to go to urgent care. I am fine, got some medication, I'm good to go. And then my dad fell down and cracked open his head back here. He had to have 5 staples. Ooga booga. Hi, Missy. Great to see you on here. So I apologize. I was not able to do that live yesterday either. We were still kind of watching him. And now it's into the rest of life. So we're just going to skip Tuesdays and move on. All right. So yes, Missy is part of Card Club, and it is great fun. We love to get together once a month and make the cards chat and share and be supportive of each other. And of course, there's always a lot of laughter. All right, let's go ahead and get started for today. So the stuff that I am using today, here are the embossing folders that go along with this set. They are called Glass and Gardens embossing folder. So this kind of makes the glass look like it's got a textured glass to it. And then of course you have some flowers, super cool, fun, and they fit on the mini. So I brought the mini over today. All right, and then we have these holographic resin dots. And we have 3 different sizes. How awesome is that? I'm glad they have less of the big ones and more of the smaller ones. I really prefer that. I'm glad that they did that, at least on this one. I trust that becomes a new trend, because sometimes the big ones are just too big. And I prefer to use the small and the medium ones, but I do like having 3 sizes. All right, and then we have the Cheers and Sips. This is the stamp set and dies. Here we go. All right, And all of these dies cut out the stamp stuff as well as some of these. So look, this can cut out this one. All right, and this can cut out this one. Now, what I have noticed is that if there's something sticking out of it, it doesn't work. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't work quite as well. It's close, but not quite. So I've been fussy cutting anything that has something sticking out. But with the stamps, you can copy and you can make these things again. And I think it's so cool that they have the ice cube stamps. So you could stamp ice cubes into your glasses if you wanted as well. That was pretty dang cool. All right, so Missy, yeah, ouch, hope he is doing well. He is doing better. He sleeps on his back and he hit the back of his head right there at that bump. So, yeah, he struggled the first night, but mom figured out to use a neck pillow like a donut, and he slept well last night, so that was awesome. You prefer the small and medium as well? Yeah, the gems just are a lot easier, I think, to use, and these just start getting big. That's all. They're just big. Your set is due in tomorrow. Yay! I can't wait. This is so fun. I've been playing with this. I'll show you a couple things that I've done. I haven't decided. What I like to do is play and make a bunch of things and then choose which ones are going to go into Card Club. So we have this, and this is cool because this is almost like an embossing thing. It cuts through, but it makes it look like this textured glass, and it gives it that feel. So I've got one somewhere, I know, but I'm not sure where in my pile. Oh, no, I used it on a card. Here it is. Duh. All right, so you can see here that I use that there. And so I use the embossing folder across, and then I use the Timid Tiger, which is fast becoming one of my favorite colors. These two, Strawberry Slush and Timid Tiger, that's pretty awesome. So this is one of the cards I've made so far. I saw something similar on Pinterest and decided to, change it up the way I usually do. And I just really like how it turned out. So this is not a DSP card. There's only a little bit of DSP, and then this was cut out of DSP. So I used the die to cut out the long glass, the tall glass, and then I did fussy cut this one because it had the leaves sticking out, and I fussy cut the lime and lemon slice. All right, so that's just one of the cards I've played with so far. It might be in the running for Card Club. We'll see. I've got some more cards I need to make. So this is the paper, and I just brought over one of each. This is the Celebratory Sips Designer Series paper. And so these, like I said, can be cut either fussy cut or with the dies for the glasses that have nothing sticking out. And then this is the other side. Gotta love that Blackberry Bliss and Berry Burst. Yeah. And then here is a smaller version of bottles and glasses and pitchers. I love this drink right here. That just looks really yummy, as well as the pink lemonade. I'm like, oh, that sounds fresh. And then this fun dotted side. And then we have all these different things that you could fussy cut out, or let's see, do the dies cut them out? No, that's a little big. That's a little big. Let's see, the strawberries. All right, the dies are a little bit bigger. They might work. I haven't tried it. So possibly, here's a cherry. Yeah, I'm thinking the dies are more intended for the stamps versus the paper on this one. All right, but you can cut out some of these things and put them on the drinks as well. So there's an option for you. And then this side is the Secret Sea. And I haven't decided what that is a picture of. Part of me is like maybe vegetables or maybe just random dots, or not so random, but dots. So I haven't figured out exactly what that is. And then this one, I love this one. I love the colors on this one with the pink and the orange and the slush and the berry burst. I love that. And then the little green. And then this side, super fun. We're using this card today, or that DSP. And then here, of course, purple flowers. I like purple flowers. You like the Timid Tiger too, Missy? Yeah. It's not scream in your face orange. I like how you put that. You're right. It is not. The pumpkin pie is more orange. But the Timid Tiger is just a little bit muted. I like that. You saw someone for looking how to make something that looked like ice. Oh, yeah, well, refer them to this stamp set because that's, it's got the ice right there. And you can just stamp it right in. I love that. And then here's our old olive stripes. And then we have this one. I like this. This is pretty cool. That's very retro looking. This one I looked at and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with all those blotches? Well, let me show you what I learned from another demonstrator, Lisa Ann Bernard. She came along with this one and she cut it out and turned it into more drinks. And then she came along with this one and cut it out and turned it into more drinks. Now, I would put it up just a little bit so you have a little bit here, you know, like this. So you have a little bit of space between the top. But isn't that a great way to use these blotches if you don't know? Another thing I saw is people cutting them out or using a strip of them and then putting images in each of them. So there's all kinds of things that you can do with these because then you can stamp and cut out die cut images. Like you could put your fruit in some of them, or you could do it, you know, even this way. So all kinds of possibilities really when you look past just the blotches. And I had to do that by hearing it from somebody else before my brain was like, oh, we can go there. We can do that. All right, so that is the paper. And that was just one of each sheets. Of course, there's two of each sheet in the packet, but I've been playing with the other half, so I just have this to show. So let's go ahead and do this. I want to show you the card, and then we're going to make one. So this is the card that I made using the DSP as my card base. All right, and then this circle is from Spotlight on Nature circle dies. And then these letters are cut out of, where's that paper? Out of this paper. So I cut these letters out of this paper, all right? And I use the party alphabet. And you can see, here's the party alphabet. You know, it's three envelope fulls. And I decided to go ahead and put it in there. And then we have the party banner dies, and this is a bundle. You can get all of this together, and there's so many possibilities with this. So here's the party banner, and I was able to, I found out from a friend, I was able to just get it in there. You can see that. Just fits, but perfect. So then I just put those down here. I put those in there, and we're good to go. So here are the dies, and so what I did is I just used the H, the I, and the exclamation point to say hi, because I thought that would be fun. All right, and there's already got the drinks on it, and then when you open it up, you have more of the drinks, and then here's where you can do your sentiment piece. And yes, I was going to add a drink here. All right, here we go. I was going to add a drink to the inside. I just had not yet cut it out. Actually, I should use one of the other. Here we go. This one goes with that. So I could put a big drink right there, and I could like cut out a piece of vegetable. So here we go. Let me see. Do I have something smaller? Here we go. I have something smaller to cut on. Ooh, let's do this one right here. Perfect. So we'll just have this little bit of greenery sticking out. I'm not sure what kind of greenery. I don't know. I mean, what do you think it is? It doesn't really look like lettuce. And you wouldn't really stick lettuce in a drink. See, now I go for all kinds of fruity drinks. I'm not really an alcohol drinker unless it's margarita. And they don't usually put fruit on the margaritas, at least none that I've ever had. So I don't know what you would use this greenery for. I know celery goes into, ooh, what are those called? I can't even think of what the drink is called. It's got tomato juice or V8 juice. See, what do I know? All right, that's brilliant to use the blotches at drink. Right? I thought so too. They could be the background for a white sentiment too. Yep, they could. I've seen all kinds of things. I've been scouring Pinterest and the internet for ideas, and then just taking those ideas and turning them into my own. So this one, this DSP card, I got the idea for the cutting of the DSP from my friend Yarmila, and she does a lot of DSP based card-based cards. Wow, this one's a little more tedious. I did pick a tedious one to fussy cut. Of course I did. Why wouldn't I? Because I'm live, right? So you can have it like that. All right. So let's see. Because if you were going to, I'm going to use my little blade here and where's my cutting mat? Here we go. My little old cutting mat from Stampin' Up! Way long time ago. And I'm just going to put a little line right here. And that is one of the take your pick add-on pieces. So we're going to just stick that in there like that. All right. Let's see, let's move that. Or maybe it should be back here so it looks like it's in the glass. I'm trying to figure out how to make it look like it's in the glass. Maybe just stick it like that in the glass. I don't know. See, that's where I've been looking online just to figure out. Sometimes I'm not quite sure how they intend things to be used. So I probably didn't need to cut that. After all, we're just going to stick it like that. Because when you look at these, it looks like they're in, but yeah. So this is where having someone else do stuff helps to know how to use the dies. All right, so you're seeing me use them, and that helps you with a die as well. And then we have our cheers. Oh, we've got the high. We don't need the cheers. We've got the high. Is there any other sentiment? No, we're just going to go with that. Hi. And then inside you can write what you want to say. All right, so that's the easy way. Let me show how to cut and score it. We are going to use this one, and we are going to cut it at 5.5 by 12. So it's already 12 inches. So we're going to cut it at 5.5 because that's how tall your card should be. All right. And then we're going to gently score it. Remember, gently is the key. Maybe the top of the celery. Oh, maybe the greenery. This Bloody Mary, that's the one. All right, so we're going to score it at 3 inches. Now, when you're doing DSP, you want to be very gentle and not score it too hard. So I'm going to still go back and forth, but I'm not doing it hard because the scorer will tear it or cut it. And then we want to go to 6.5, which is right here after this stuff. The quarter mark is on here. The 6.5 is after it. And then go to 10.5. All right. There we go. All right. So then you have your 10.5 over here. So this is going to go up. All right. This one is going to go over, and this one is going to go this way, so that when you fold it, you have it like this. All right, so let me show you that again. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. All right, so we've got it cut at 12 by 5.5 or 5.5 by 12. All right, it is scored at 3 inches, 6.5 inches, and 10.5 inches. You're going to fold this one in, you're going to fold this one in, and this one back. So when it's opened, it looks like this. All right, like that. Or you could have it this way and have it fold open this way. So it's up to you. So this one I have like this. All right, but you can do it like this as well. The choice is yours. You can even do it like this or like this. Now, if you do it this way, personally, I would fold this down. So I have another one that I was starting, and I did it like this because the paper was already cut this way. So I just have it like this. So I glued this already down, and so it will open like this. So there's all kinds, I mean, you can do it any which way. It depends on your pattern. So if your pattern, like this one, if your pattern is it's a directional pattern, then you have to go with it. So to be able to do one like this, I would have had to cut it across like I did for this one. So I had to cut it across this way to make it portrait. And for this one, it was already cut for me in this style, so I'm making it landscape. All right, just so you can see the difference if you have directional paper. If you don't have directional paper, like this one is very random, you can do it in any direction that you want. It's completely up to you. All right, and you can decide, are you going to keep that open? Because then when they stand it, they would stand it your card like this. Let's see, it would stand like that. All right, or you can have this glued shut and then it would still stand kind of like a Z card. All right, so lots of different options with this, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to show it to you. You can do anything with it, anything at all. All right, so we are going to use one of the banners. Let's see. We want to check out the size. All right, that is spot on for that size, but we could turn it sideways. That would be fun. All right, let's do that. And I'm going to use a little piece of, let's see, do we want to use the old olive or the strawberry slush? I think we're going to use the old olive and maybe do one a little bit shorter or smaller with the strawberry slush. So we're going to bring in our our mini embossing machine, which we have discovered the number 3 and the 2 2s work best, whereas the 1 is just a little too thick. So we're going to do it this way, and there we go. So yeah, see, ever since I learned that, this has gone so much easier and made my life so much better. All right, so now I'm going to bring in a smaller, here we go, a smaller one, like this. Let's flip that over. I've not used banners a whole lot. We have other banners in one of our sets. I think it's the Stylish Dies, and I just hadn't used it much. But now with this set, I'm really attempting to work that into more things. All right, here we go. Got that one. Oh, no, here we go. And then I'm going to emboss this with this glass one. No, I'm not. I'm going to emboss. I know. You're like, oh my gosh, June. I'm going to emboss it with the flowers. And then I'm going to emboss the strawberry one with that. So we have here, insert embossing folder. This is for the 3D. And I have here a standard, so I just need plate 1 and plate 3. Let's see how it works. So we have plate 1 and plate 3, and it's working. Yay. Yay, it worked. All right, so here we have this one. Doesn't that look awesome? All right, and then we're going to do the glass one on here. And I'm going to turn it this way, like that. There we go. Now I think I'm going to put it all in. I'm going to put it all in. All right, I am lining it up a little bit though, but I want it all in. There we go. All right, here we go, another one. I'm so excited I finally got skinny ones that I can use in here. Oop, wrong direction. We want the 1, the embossing folder, and then the 3. Oh, are you making a liar out of me now? Come on. Oh, what happened? What happened? It was just, there we go. Whew! Yeah, that's what was the issue in the beginning. Every now and then it gets a little finicky and fickle. But there we go. And then I think, are we going to use this small one? No. I was trying to figure out what to put the cheers on, but I think we're going to put it on just a strip. I have a strip here, so we'll just do a strip. All right, so we have our paper here, and then we're going to bring in this one, and I'm going to do it a little bit higher, and we'll do this one like that. Is that the right side? Ooh, I think I like that better. All right, we're going to do that, and then we're going to bring in this drink. So now I do need to fussy cut it for you because we have that greenery in there again, but it's that Timid Tiger drink. So to me, that's like orange juice with, oh, maybe, no, those wouldn't be mint leaves. What else could they be? What other herb could they be that you would put into maybe some orange juice? I'm not even sure. I just love my fresh squeezed orange juice. Do you like fresh squeezed orange juice? I love fresh squeezed orange juice. Fresh squeezed orange juice, fresh squeezed grapefruit juice, lime juice, lemon juice. I just love citrus. I drink a lot of citrus, but it's usually just fresh squeezed without anything else in it, because I just don't think of putting anything else. I'm not like a party drink kind of girl. But I do like a punch. A nice punch is good too. Of course, all mocktails, not cocktails. So I have actually the local retreat. I have not picked a date yet for the virtual one of the Croptacular, the end of summer Croptacular, and we will be using this set, and we will have a mocktail table. So I do have to get into some making of drinks for that table. So I guess I'll be learning a little bit about that, and I'll just have to share that with you. Sorry, if you are virtual, I'm not going to be able to send you mocktails. You're going to have to, I can send you a recipe, and you're going to have to make your own. All right, here we go. So yeah, it pops up, but that's okay. So just figuring out here what else we want. This is probably orange peel, but I don't really want to cut that out. So let's see. Do we have another juice here? I thought I had another juice already ready to go. Here we go. Here's another juice ready to go, again with the orange color. All right, maybe we'll use one out here and one on the inside. There we go. All right, I'm going to glue this on to our green banner like that. All right, and then I'm going to put it on dimensionals. You love the fresh squeezed juices? Oh yeah. And I pretty much like any of them, all of them. Fruit juice, any fruit juices, pineapple, all the citruses. I'm a huge juice fan, fruit fan in general. I love pear juice too. Oh, yeah. Now y'all, I'm getting all wanting some juice, and we're out of citrus at the moment, except for our limes. But a good limeade, cherry limeade, that's my favorite. I miss Sonic for that. Kitar and I used to go to Sonic for cherry limeade. It was one of our favorite things to do. All right, so we're going to put some dimensionals down here. And I think one more. Just to make sure. Oh, no, that got a little too high. I'll take that off. All right. So then we need to put a little bit of glue up here because we don't want it to come off. Here we go, like that. And we have our cheers. We're going to go ahead and use the strawberry slush, I think. No, we're going to use the Timid Tiger. I don't know if that's going to show up enough. Let's see. Let's see if it's going to show up enough. Oh, yep, that totally showed up enough. That was way darker than I thought it was going to be. All right, so we're going to do my new favorite thing and cut that little angle. And we're going to put that right there, but we're going to use dimensionals. All right. And like that. And then on the inside, we want to put some white here. So we're going to measure this. This is 4 by 5.5. So we need to cut our white. Let's see. We need to cut our white to be, so if it's 4 by 5.5, we want to go down. I'm going to go down 1/2 inch. So 3.5 by 5. That way there's a lot of flowers showing around the edges. All right, that's what I like. I like showing off the DSP. So we're going to go ahead and glue this down like this. All right, and then we'll add another glass right there. I'm not going to have anything come out of it this time. And I could like stamp things, but I find that I don't like mixing the stamped things necessarily with these glasses. All right, I think because they look so different than when you stamp them versus the paper. So I like to kind of keep it separate. And then we've got cheers. Let's celebrate. Or here, it's your day. We'll do that one and pick that up. And then we'll do on the inside with the Timid Tiger. Yeah, I can't decide if Timid Tiger or Strawberry Slush is my favorite new in color. So speaking of new in colors, starting next week, there is a 15% off sale on things that have the new in colors. That's the ones for 25 through 27. So the Secret Sea, let's see, I don't even have them all here. Secret Sea, Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, Cloud Cover, but you can't get the stamp, the ink pad, but other things that have that color, and Darling Duckling. So certain items that have those colors in them, so the ink pads, the gems, the markers, paper, things like that that have those colors in them, are going to be 15% off through the month of August. And that'll be coming out in my newsletter today, later today. There we go. See, we have a fun card. So remember, if you wanted, you could glue this down and then you could put your message over here or just have a smaller message. You would not want to glue it down, of course, over this, and you wouldn't want to lay this over it because then it would show up over here. But isn't that fun? Super fun. And the nice thing is that this one piece of cardstock helps stabilize the whole card. And then they can leave it sitting up like that on their mantle or on their table or their desk or wherever. And it does fit right into an envelope. All right, so it's perfect. It's a great way to share and show off your designer series paper. All right, so love it. Oh, I meant to turn this one around and do it the other way. Oh, well. Now you have it that way both times. And just don't forget that you can also do it this way. All right. So last thing I wanted to mention was Super Saturday. Today is the last day to register for the Super Saturday event. So if you want in, you can message me and I will get you the link. You can go look at your emails and see if you got the newsletter about it yesterday. I had 2 people register yesterday because they realized, oops, they hadn't done it yet. So if you still wanted to do this, make sure you get registered. Message me directly if you need the information for registering for this. And then if you are local and you want to come to the end of summer Croptacular, today is the last day for the early bird pricing of $125. Tomorrow it goes up to $140. So if you want in on this, please message me and let me know that you're sending me a check or ask for the PayPal link. All right, today's the last day for the early bird. All right, so thank you so much for joining me today, Missy Live. The rest of you, please make sure you are commenting and responding to the questions as I go through making the cards. If you are still hanging on to this last moment, I trust that you did comment. All right. If you have any questions about anything, please always feel free to message me or to comment below and I will get back to you on that. So thank you so much for joining me and have a wonderful weekend. I am taking off, so Monday morning's Paper Pumpkin Playdate will be a recording, and Tuesday's Kit Together might be. We're supposed to be back Monday evening, so we'll see how that goes. My husband and I are doing an anniversary getaway, so looking forward to that. I wish you all a fabulous weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.